Hello. Apologies for dying a little bit. So today we're going to start a brand new series of Project Hospital. There are no mods, just all of the DLCs. Let's go in, vanilla let's play, let's go. Okay, so here we go. We've got the biggest sandbox map. Let's get stuck in. So for some strange reason, I don't know why, but the game sound isn't playing ball with me. For some reason, I can't get any game sound or music to come out on the recording, so I will add the music in, but I'll add it in after. So I'm just trying to think and do this at the same time. That doesn't go well. I want a little entrance. Now how big, I've not played this in so long, is our sliding door? I think it's 4. Is it 4? That's 4 long. Go to door, sliding double door. No, must be 6. If I put 1 on there, 1 square on there, brick, brick, door, sladding door. Oh, it was 4. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to make this try and look pretty, because we always make hospitals on this channel. If you know me, it's functional, but it looks like crap. So let's try and make it look nice. So I'm going to go door in the middle. But on the outside here, I just wondered, what does that look like? Seen better, seen worse. Does that look like we've got wood panelling on top? You know, like how some hospitals and like modern buildings have like wood panelling on the outside? I think that looks quite cool. Because then if you then went foundation again, 1 square, back to the wall, brick, and then go to brick. Well, I think that looks quite cool, and I might be wrong. Right, let's get in. A nice little pavement. Okay, right, so let's start building out our reception area. So, as you know, if you play this game with like no mods, free building turn off, unlock all departments off, like the standard game, money becomes tight. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to build my foundations out. And then I'm not going to do too much more than that for the minute for the reception. Because what we'll have is we'll have our emergency reception, something like, I don't know, it'll probably end up something like that, maybe. And then we have like, what I want is like a bank of reception desks going round. So we'll have them in blue, because blue's the best colour. And then we'd have these like here. So we'd have one there, that's in line with that. So if I come here, do that, and then we'd have the plain ones, like a bank of reception desks, and these will go up here, these will keep going up. I won't build too many more. This needs to be bigger, doesn't it? I won't build too many more because of money, but I want something like that. But what we might need to do is bring this out a little bit, so that's actually there. And then if we got in more desks, just to prove the point that I kind of know what I'm doing, do I? So that cannot go there, but you could go there, 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 and there. That's not too bad, is it? So for the moment we'll have emergency here, and then if we bring out our reception, 1 more square, and I believe you need the first square in front of the desk. I believe, I could be wrong on that. Then you can also get, if we got a computer here, we get in 1 more receptionist. So for the minute, let's sell these chairs because we need all the money we can get, and then we'll leave this as it is for the moment. So then in our plan, you'd probably just want probably 2 more corridor width on these sides, just to make sure that people can walk around there comfortably and not worry about stepping in each other's way. So on the front of the building, we're going to continue with the brick, continue with brick. Right, so I spent a bit of money there, probably a bit more than what I wanted to, but you know, it happens. So then our reception area is going to come back. How many more departments we can have that need a reception? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it's 8. So we've got 1. Oh, no. So we've got 1, 2. So it would be like, I'm just going to try and draw this. How am I going to draw this? Let's try and, no, oh my lord. Right, so we've got, is that a 4x4? That's a 4x4. So there'll be another one there. So we actually want this to be like that. What this would do is this would give us space for all of our reception areas for all of our departments. So this is like one big reception area, and then you go out into the hospital to the respective departments. I think that's the plan, guys. I think that's the plan. Right, so if I'm actually gonna keep that there, I think, because you know what I'm like, I will forget. So and then we want a space of 2 for the moment down here. Let's make that 3 because I feel nice. Right, this is going to be very different to what I've built in the past, but that's good, isn't it? That's good. Right, so then what we're going to do is we're going to go, this is where we've got some parking. I might actually extend that parking. There are some tricks you can do to kind of extend the parking. Emergency always makes sense here. It's a bit boring because we do the same thing every time. I mean, we could move that, but I do think that does make sense. Although what we could do is have emergency in here. This is our, what's it called, ambulance parking. This is our ambulance unloading. So we could actually have ambulance unloading here. And then have this as our emergency department. Because it is normally at the front of a hospital, isn't it? We can't go on this road, can we? No, okay. So we could do that. So have like our trauma centre in this corner here. And then you go like upstairs to observation ward. That could look quite cool and it would be quite different. Let's do that. So if we actually went here, this side of this little drain, that moves that automatically for us. That's perfect. So we haven't got to worry about this area. This area will kind of cordon off for the emergency trauma centre. So let's go and do our, what's it called? Emergency department doctor's offices. So like a GP clinic really, isn't it? Let's do that over this side. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. So what I want to do is build a wall along here. I want this basically to jut out and have a corner, because I thought all of this space we could maybe do like a nice garden that the GP offices, doctors' offices look out onto. So our standard offices for emergency department, I think needs to be a minimum of 4x4. 5x5s are quite nice because they give a little bit more room to get all of the equipment in. So let's actually make it one bigger, one bigger. Now let's go in here first and we're just going to actually build the room exactly how we want it to look, and then we can copy them. But when we copy in a very particular way, and I'll show you my secrets. Right, so let's go in with I quite like these doors. I quite like those in this horrible brown colour. I know it looks a bit weird, but they've got a window. Now if you're in a GP office, you don't want a window in the door unless you do this. Unless you have a privacy screen. The what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a privacy screen there. Then I'm going to put our exam table in this corner. So if you're at this door, hopefully you can't see any oops. So if we do that, and then I normally have a disinfectant dispenser there by the door, and you have a bin, because you wash your hands, you throw your dirty tissues and stuff in the bin. Where did GP, I keep saying GP, sorry, I'm just stuck in UK mode, aren't I? Where are doctors going to sit? Now you're going to have a desk. What's the cheapest desk? The glass one's nice, but it's very expensive. Let's get a desk. I'm going to go for the blue theme, because, you know, blue's best. So let's get the nice office chair for the doctor. Excuse me. PC, we'll go paper holder, because printers are way too expensive for us at the moment. Then we will have a little chair We'll get a fancy 49, 199. Pff, you're not getting a fancy chair. Who do you think you are, people? And then they can sit there and tell the GP all of their dirty secrets. We'll get a whiteboard in, because that means you can get the doctors with extra talent for diagnosis. We'll put that. I mean, I want the patient to be able to see the whiteboard. They've got the one you can put on the wall, haven't they? No, I don't know if they can use that one, can they? I don't think they can use that for differential diagnosis. Oh, they can. Okay, so let's put that there. And then we need some equipment. So we need a medical light for the bed over here. It is more expensive, but this is quite clunky. They're quite big. So let's get the ceiling mounted. I should probably turn around Bright Eyes a little bit. Right, so we just need some equipment now, I think. So let's go for, what ones? These are quite expensive. These are $399, $399. Okay, so let's go for these ones. These are ones that came out on the most recent DLCs, and then they look quite pretty. Use an eye test. Yeah, it does make sense opposite the chair, but we'll have to get the patient to stand up when they do their eye test. They just have to live with it. Then we need an audiometer and a CRP scan. So let's get a cheeky little. Where are they? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? One like equipment table. That's the one. Right. Now that is going to go. Yeah, I thought that was going to happen. Let's put that there. Then we put an audiometer on the equipment table. We put a CRP scan on that cupboard. And then in the corner we can get maybe a nice, what should we put in? Maybe like a card file. Or we could put in a sink. Would a GP room normally have a sink? It probably would have a sink actually, wouldn't it? Let's put in some cabinets with doors. Let's turn around. Why can't that go in there? Because the eye test. Oh, okay, lovely. Okay, that makes more sense. Eye test go above there. Cabinet with doors in there. Kitchen sink in there. Right, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then we'll put in... Plants don't really make sense because I don't believe you're allowed plants in hospitals. I don't think. What posters shall we get? Blood donors is a good one because we would want to recruit people to donate blood, and then like a generic info poster, and then maybe whilst they're here getting their genitals prodded, we'll make them look at a heart poster. That's good. Clock, because GPs always like to run late. And then I think we'll actually put in maybe some like tiles in here. So if we went for like a blue, and then we'll put that all the way around, and then we can just copy these rooms then. Lovely. And then we'll put in tiles where the bed is, just in case someone has a bit of an accident. And then, oh no, I don't want to go wood. Let's go for that horrible, like, lino. It's normally like a horrible green colour. What does that look like? Does that look okay? Oh, those look nice. Okay, right, so what we're going to do, we're going to copy these rooms so they have like a long line. And we might swap some equipment in some, just so they don't look exactly the same. You don't want them to look exactly the same every time, because that can actually look a bit weird. So I think for the moment, we're going to go for 2 rooms. They cost $3,519 each. We're going to extend out our corridor, because I think the corridor is also going to be our waiting room. What I thought of, let's do this, look. Right, I've got this idea in my head. Let me just do it and I'll show you. Right, let's get our standard corridor wallpaper out there. Now what I thought we could do is then 1, 2, 3, so then have more corridor wallpaper, and then have like a little wall of glass, move some space in the middle, windows for the GP's offices, probably behind the computer makes sense. I mean, it does also mean that they can look through there, but you know. And then this could be like a little waiting room, and that includes the corridor. And then we could actually get in. No, if I do this, we'll go. Oh no, I don't like that. We do this though, then that will be a future doctor's office in there. Does that make sense? Oh, I've done it again. But that doesn't make sense then for the glass, does it? Okay, what about if we done, because that's going to be a wall. What if we done that, and then actually this becomes glass like that? I think that makes more sense, doesn't it? Because that's going to be an actual office in here. We'll get rid of that wall. Yes, okay, this makes sense. We'll have a nice wood floor going down that way. And then we will have in here, I think, some horrible light lino flooring in this very hospital-y green colour. Right, and then we can put in some benches and stuff like that here. Bench, and then we can go for maybe a plant in the middle of those. Pot plant, and then we'll get some more benches that do something like that. And then in the corridor, we'll go for like water machine, vending machine, maybe a little bin, a clock here to make sure that your GP's running on schedule, which means late, and then a little bin. And then we've got to do our signs for our GP rooms. So this is a doctor's office, which can be, does black make sense? I think black probably makes sense. So the sign for that, and then this is room number 1, that's room number 2. And then in the waiting room, let's put up some more posters. So we can maybe get like an infections poster on that wall. And then on this wall over here, we'll go for like a check your arteries are not dying. Corridor wall. And I'll put corridor wall all down there. And for the minute, this can have windows, but this will probably actually end up backing back onto the hospital once we just continue building. And make sure our hospital is enclosed. And then that for the moment is a fairly cheap setup that all works. I think that's quite a good idea. We've got 65 grand left in the bank. I'm gonna have a little sip of my tea. Right, I think that's, I've done it again. I keep pressing escape. Right, I think that's quite a good setup. It's basic and it's cheap and dirty, but it works. Now what we need to think of are some extra rooms. So we've got like janitor closet, toilet, staff room. We're not going to use this area here. This area here is going to be our emergency department. Don't get hiccups. Don't get hiccups. This is going to be our space for our trauma centre. So what I thought we could possibly do, and this is obviously our doctor's offices, is maybe we come out here and we have like a little staff area. So that would have staff toilets, staff room, cleaning closet, and then we'll build some toilets that like back onto this corridor, and they would be like standard patient toilets. I think that could be quite a good idea. Let's plan it. Let's try and plan it out, and then we can see what it looks like. So let's go for and elevators. We're gonna think about where our elevators are going. Well, maybe it makes sense if we have a gap of 3 here. How big are our elevators? Are they actually 4x4, or is the game lying to me? They are actually 4x4. So if we had our elevators coming onto here, so one there, facing this way, so the doors will be here. Then we have a gap of 2, So then we have a corridor wrapping round here for at least 2, like that, and then that can be the same corridor. Yeah, and then maybe this comes off of this corridor. So we have restroom like here. How big do I want the restroom to be? We're going for gender neutral toilets. I don't think I want gender neutral toilets. Only because you don't see them in hospitals, you don't in the UK. So I'm going for 2 toilets, and these are going to be for patients. Then you come down a staff only corridor, which will probably go all the way down there for the moment. And then off that you have 2 staff toilets. Then you have a common room here. This corridor continues down, and then off of here you have a cleaning closet there, and the common room continues out there, and then these doctor's office will just continue down there. Might be a corridor going through here to this bit of the hospital. I think that makes sense. I think I'm going to need to plan more in this game just to make sense. That probably actually doesn't need to be that big. You probably want a corridor 2 wide. Hospitals have narrow corridors, don't they? Very annoying. Right, okay, I think that makes sense. So that's going to be a staff only. I don't know if that's doing what I want it to do or not. Let's build this out. So foundations to there for the moment, and we're going to need at least a corridor of 2 that will go all the way down there. Right, so this corridor here, well, let's, for the most part, let's just put in our brick walls. Brick, 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 brick. Turn around. Brick, brick. Right, these rooms might have to be quite like basic for the moment. Don't want to put a window in there. I don't think a window in there makes sense because you're actually then just looking out like onto a staff corridor. I don't think I want that. So let's go with a wall there, a wall here, then down there, there, there. Now I know that not every wall is like decorated. I'm just trying to save a bit of money for the moment. Wall in there, 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 and then tiles in the toilets. I'm not going to do the classic like pink and blue because, well, I don't feel like hospital toilets have like the standard like pink for girls, blue for boys toilets. I don't want to do that anyway. So corridor goes on here. I want this to be an open corridor so that wall can go. Then we'll have a staff only restricted area door here. Maybe with like a window next to it. Which probably makes sense to be that window. So you can see who's coming at the door. Because you don't want to knock into anyone when you're going in and out of a door. And then we'll have toilet doors. Do we have special toilet doors? I don't think you do we? So again, we'll probably go for a door with a window. Just to make sure, again, you're not going to hit anyone on the way out. Let's do that. And then stickers, we'll go for restroom. Yeah, see, they're not actually going to use those as 2 different toilets, are they? Do I try and be realistic? Or do I make sure the game just works? And we just delete that wall down the middle and it's one big toilet. I think I'm going to do that because there's no way of telling the game that females go in one and males go in the other, I believe, is there. So let's delete that room. We'll extend out that reception. This will become a corridor. You becoming a corridor? Delete that bit. That will end up there at some point in the future. This corridor goes out to there, and then that goes to there. This is all corridor. Needs to be cleaned by our good janitors. Right, okay. So, doors, windows, doors and windows, doors. Get rid of both those doors actually, and then I want that door there. And then sign, This is going to be a room to rest. Oh, there's so much to do. Right, let's do this toilet first and then we can think about other things. Now, everyone here knows I like my toilets to be this wall, which is like the standard restroom stall toilets. It's going to be quite a big one. This is like the main hospital reception, big toilets. And then all the way down. And of course, in all of these, we actually need a toilet. Beautiful. Sinks, we'll put in that many. Don't know how many that is, but that's how many we're getting. And then I want some hand dryers. That's what I was looking for. Like that. Put a bin under the one in the middle. Mirrors above the sinks. A very, very classic toilet. Maybe like an info board over there. Like a remember to wash your hands, you dirty people. And then, so that's a toilet done. These toilets over here can just be copies of each other. So let's just build one. And then we'll copy it for the other. So toilet. Next to that as a bin. Over here is a sink with a mirror. And then in this room we'll put another info board. The floor in this one can be that tile. The floor in this one, tiles under the stools, and then maybe like a nice white tile for the sink. Something a bit different. Something a bit different. Copy that into there. Right, and these are going to be staff only toilets. Beautiful. Right, okay. Cleaning closet. We'll get a restricted door because you wouldn't even want like other staff to go in there really, I don't think. You never know. I know lots of doctors that would want to steal some bleach. Shelves, bucket cards. We'll go for lab sink on that wall, plastic camper, round bin in the corner. Let's get like a nice clock in here, please. Get like a chartboard. Might have like the staff rota for the week. And then if you've seen any of my series before, we like a nice like black floor in the cleaning closet. It looks really quite cool. Really brings out like the yellow of the cleaning carts. This corridor here, I think I'm just going to go for like a wood, maybe like a dark wood, like a posh wood. And then that would probably just carry then on into the staff room. We will want some doors, like a double glass door into the common room. Nice, nice. And then here, this can be quite basic, I think, for the moment. So we'll get a couple of sofas in here. Maybe something like that. Maybe like a fancy chair in the middle. That looks a bit silly, doesn't it? What about a TV in the middle? Or is that, or maybe a radio? That makes a bit more sense, doesn't it? Then like a bookshelf here and here. Then we're going to do a small kitchen over in this area because I'm trying to save as much money as possible. So we'll go corner cabinet, a bit like that, cabinet with drawers, cabinet with doors, and then we'll pop a sink in that one. We'll put a coffee machine on that one. I don't know if they can actually use that. Maybe that's better there like that. And now they can't use the fridge. Is it because of the... Oh, actually just the corner ones are a bit of a pain, are they? Let's have this on this wall then. Bit like that. We'll have a vending machine next to the fridge. And then on this side of the room, well, maybe here we have some lockers. And then we'll have a dining table there. Have some chairs. Boom. I think that's quite a nice staff room. Okay. So that's all sorted. I know that these aren't decorated. This might have to look a bit crap, but we like, you know, gain some extra money. But I think we're ready to staff. Let's staff this. So a nurse for our reception area. You're nearly the cheapest, Sarah, and you don't have any of these bad, what do you call these? Traits? Are these traits? Hidden perks. You don't have any bad perks. So I think let's go for Sarah Anderson for our receptionist. We will not get a night receptionist for the moment because when you start the game, you don't start being able to have a night clinic. And then doctors. You're an intern, Patricia. You're pretty good, Mark. You've got very good diagnosis, and you could be our like chief of department maybe. But we have got whiteboards, so let's make sure our chief of the department has the advanced diagnosis skill. I actually want to see the perks here. That was expensive. You're comforting, Dana, and you're loyal. So you are probably quite a good chief of our emergency department. We can now accept patients. Chief doctor is Dana Williams, and our other doctor doesn't need to be anything special, but we would want them, I think, to have the extra advanced diagnosis. Sorry, you're pretty good. Oh, another Dana. You just come into work a little bit late, but you're comforting. So sure. So we've got 2 Danas, and then we just need probably 1 janitor for the moment. Now, do we gamble and go for Jessica? She's pretty efficient during the day. She's got the early bird trait. She has 1 hidden perk, and we don't know what it is. Jennifer's okay. She's very expensive, but she just moves fast. Let's go Jessica. We don't know what the trait is, but let's go. I'll press escape again. Let's do that for the moment. So we've got our staff coming into the hospital, and let's now wait until we get our first patient, and we'll try and treat our first patient. Okay, we have our first patient in our hospital. We have a Christopher Cole. He's going all the way to the chair. Do you not want to go to reception? Chris? Maybe he doesn't need to. Okay. He's just bypassed reception. He just walked straight in. Giving the receptionist side eye, walked straight in. Right, so let's see what's wrong with Christopher Cole. So he's going to go and see our chief doctor, our chief of emergency. Oh my god. Dane, okay. She's not sat on the chair, but anyway. So what's wrong with Christopher? Right. So Dana's just had her interview. She's now going to look at Chris's chest. I think what's probably more important at the moment is just a physical exam. He's obviously got something wrong with his elbow. He's got limited arm motion. Let's do a physical exam after this chest auscultation. Right, so we've done that. We're now looking at his arm. Right. So he's got these potential things. Now, because these 3 diagnoses here, because these are assigned to orthopedy, there's a little trick in the game where we basically know that we can't get patients for departments we don't have. We don't have orthopedy, so we know that it cannot be any of these simple fractures. He must have arm contusion, a bruised arm. So what we're actually going to do is we're not going to do any more diagnoses. We can't cancel that, but what we can say is we want to force the final diagnosis to be the arm contusion. So our treatment for this is numbing ointment, that you can see there. So we're going to give him some numbing ointment. We are also going to try, so he could also have these symptoms here. So he could have an arm injury, he could have pain, and he could have forearm contusion. So what we're going to do is we're just going to continue this differential diagnosis. Does that give us any more symptoms? He's got 1 hidden symptom. We're not sure what that is. But what we're going to do is we're going to give him all of these medications, because he'll have to pay for these, you see. He'll have to pay. Come on, Chris. Cough up your money. And then he should then be going home. Christopher Cole, treated. Number 1, treated. Now, oh my god, this other Dana's not sitting on her chair either. These doctors, they can't even sit on their own bloody chairs. Right, Charles King must have a beef tapeworm. That sounds pretty grim. We are going to do all of these available examinations, because by doing these examinations, we actually find out these 3 hidden symptoms here. So let's have a look. Let's see if we can completely diagnose all symptoms that Charles is suffering from. Yeah, that was another one. It says, oh, thank you. Bye, Chris. Hope you had a nice time in our hospital. $20,000 government grant. Lovely jubbly. That's really good. please leave us a review on TripAdvisor. Bye, Chris. Charles here. One more hidden symptom. We have no more examinations that we can do. They're still collecting, but we need the lab department for that. So let's just give Charles all of these active treatments. Our next goal in the game is to open up a radiology clinic. That will give us $30,000. Oh my lord, yes please. We're going to leave it there for today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the first episode back. Let's just continue play. How do I make it go slow? No. It's been a while since I played the game. Right, there we go. Guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been episode 1 of our brand new Project Hospital series. We're going to try and build a big hospital in this. As you can see from this episode, we're going to do a bit more planning than usual and try and make it make sense. But I really hope you enjoyed this episode. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you later.